Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay. So in this class, okay, we'll be starting with module 2. So in module 2 there will be two chapters, okay. The first one would be a spatial domain and the other would be called as transfer domain. So transfer domain is nothing but it's also called as frequency domain. So this is also called as frequency domain, and this is nothing but time domain. So the spatial domain is nothing but the image itself. It's nothing but image itself. It will be performing the processing on the given image directly, and it will be getting the results. Whereas in case of transfer domain or frequency domain, what you will be doing is you will be transferring the image into a frequency domain. You will be performing the processing operation in the frequency domain. Once the operation is being performed, again you need to perform inverse discrete Fourier transform to return back to the original domain. So this is the major difference between spatial and frequency domain. Clear with this? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the first chapter would be regarding the spatial domain, and the second chapter would be regarding the frequency domain or transfer domain. Okay. First, let us consider the first chapter, which is spatial domain. So this is the image. As you know that it is nothing but it consists of two coordinates. One would be x coordinate and the other would be y coordinate. Okay. From now onwards you will be treating this as y coordinate and this coordinate as the x coordinate. So it is made up of what? Rows and columns. So if we consider any arbitrary cell, so they consider this as an arbitrary cell. Okay, they consider this as an arbitrary cell. Whatever the pixel which is surrounding this pixel will be called as neighboring pixels. So this is the 3 cross 3 neighboring pixels. So the totally there will be 8 pixels which will be surrounding this particular location. Clear with that? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here similar to this, okay, here also there will be what? Rows. Okay, there will be many number of rows and there will be columns. There will be rows and columns. So this, okay, this particular pixel is the origin. So this is the first pixel which will be going under processing, and the last pixel is present at this location. Okay, so we'll be processing the first pixel, then we'll be moving to the next, third, and until the end of the row. So after completing the processing of this particular pixel, the next will be considering this pixel. Similarly it goes on. Okay, once it completes this entire row, it goes to the nth row. Okay, it will be processing the nth row, and the last element would be your this particular element. Okay, clear with that? You should be very clear with this. Every time whenever the processing takes place, this is the first pixel which goes under processing, and this is the last pixel which goes under processing. Clear with that? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let us consider an example. So this is an example of an image. So this is 1 2 3 4 5 6. So totally it is a 6 cross, it is a 6 cross 6 image, So as you already know that at the back end of the image there will be intensities. Okay, so as I said earlier, so this is your first pixel and this would be your last pixel. Whenever you're trying to process this image, you'll be processing this first pixel, then you'll be going out to carry out the processing on the second one. This will be third, fourth, fifth and sixth. Once you reach here, you need to move to the second row, first element. Similarly, you'll be completing till here. Okay, similarly you'll be processing row by row, and this will be processed at the end. This will be processed. Okay, so this is how the image will be processed in spatial domain. Okay, remember that this is a spatial domain. Spatial means it's nothing but time domain or the image axis itself. Okay, now so as I said earlier, so in the first unit we'll be dealing only with spatial processing. Within spatial processing there are two types. One is called as intensity transformation and the second one will be called as spatial filtering. Okay, so in case of intensity transformation, we'll be processing point by point. Okay, we'll be processing point by point. That is, we'll be considering one pixel, we'll be operating on that pixel and we'll be getting the result, and then after that we'll be processing the next pixel. So individually we'll be operating on each pixel. Okay, so whereas in case of spatial filtering, what we'll be doing is we'll be considering the neighbor pixels. Okay, we'll be considering the neighbor pixels in case of spatial filtering. Whenever you consider a point, only that particular point will not be considered. The neighbor pixels which are present around that point will be considered. Okay, the main distinction between these two is that in case of intensity transformation, we will be considering only that particular point or particular pixel, will be excluding the neighbors. Whereas in case of spatial filtering, we will be considering the neighboring pixels which are present around the particular point on which you are carrying out processing. Okay, so this is what the definition tells you. Okay, intensity transformation means we will be operating on single pixels of an image, principally for the purpose of contrast manipulation and image thresholding. Okay, contrast manipulation and image thresholding are different process. Okay, referring to some particular processing operation. There may be many other processing operation. They are considering only two operations over here: contrast manipulation and image thresholding. The main thing what you need to concentrate is whenever it is intensity transformation, we will be concentrating only on the single pixel. Okay, clear with this? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next let us consider a simple operation which shows you the intensity transformation. Okay, so as I said earlier, intensity transformation means you need to process one by one. Okay, first you'll be taking this and you'll be mapping this to other domain. Okay, you'll be getting the output. Next you'll be taking this pixel and you'll be processing this. Okay, next you'll be taking this. Similarly you'll be carrying out processing till here. Okay, so mathematically what we can do is we can represent this by S equals transformation of R. So here R represents the original image intensity. Okay, R is the original image intensity and T is the transformation or processing which is applied on R, and at the output whatever you get after processing will be called as S. Okay, so that is what is being displayed over here. S equals T of R. Okay, so if you look over here, this is a graph which is used to convert dark level values into darkest and lighter values into brightest. Okay, so if you carefully look over here, Okay, what is the maximum intensity value in this figure? Hello, what is the maximum intensity value in this figure?
6.
6 is the maximum, right? So 6 is the maximum. So this is what? This is indicating the R. Axis R means these are the pixels. So the highest value is 6. What is the least value? What is the least value? What is the least value in this image?
1.
1. Okay, so this is 1. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 and so 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. Let's consider this as 5 and 6. So totally there are 6 intensity values. So now, as you know that 0 is what? It is nothing but dark. Okay, so highest value is 6, so this would be light. Okay, this would be dark since this is of lowest intensity, and this would be light since it is of highest intensity. Let us fix a threshold over here. Okay, they are given some value called as k. We are given some value called as k. Let k be somewhere around 3.5. Okay, let k be 3.5. So whatever the value which is less than 3.5 should be rounded off to 0. Okay, whatever the value which is less than 3.5 should be rounded off to 0. Okay, and whatever the value which is greater than 3.5 should be rounded off to highest value, which is 6. Okay, so we are applying the transformation function on individual values. So we'll be coming over here. So the first location is 1. So 1 is less than 3.5, so it would be rounded off to what? 0. Next, that is being shown over here, 1, it is rounded off to 0. Next you come over to the next pixel, the intensity is what? 2, so it will be rounded off to 0. So the 2 is being rounded off to 0. Similarly, we will be coming to 3, and the value so it's not 3, it will be coming to next, again 2, it is rounded off to 0. Again next 1, it is rounded off to 0. Next the pixel value is 3. 3 is less than 3.5, so it will also be rounded off to 0. So it will be processing the entire thing. Okay, when you come over here, okay, the value of 5, intensity value is 5, so it is greater than 3.5, so it would be rounded off to 6, which is the highest value. Okay, so this is how we'll be converting one cell by applying some transformation to the S domain. Okay, so S is nothing but the output which you will be getting. R is the intensity of the original image. We will be applying some transformation at the be called as S. Okay, so here what they are doing is they will be fixing k to some threshold. Whatever the value which is less than k is mapped to 0, whatever is greater than k is mapped to 1. So this is called as a strict thresholding function. Okay, so whichever is less than k is mapped to 0, and whichever is greater than a particular k is mapped to 1, or the highest value. Okay, clear with this?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is, remember that this is what? Basic intensity transformation function. Okay, so as you saw earlier, in case of spatial processing, there are two things. The first one is called as intensity transformation, and the second one is spatial filtering. Whatever you saw in graph is nothing but what? Intensity transformation. Next we will be considering the spatial filtering. Okay, So as I said earlier, spatial filtering means it deals with performing operations such as image sharpening by working in neighborhood of every pixel. Okay, the thing we concentrate is neighborhood. Okay, whenever it is spatial filtering means it is neighborhood. Whenever it is basic intensity transformation means it's a single pixel. Let us consider the example for spatial filtering. So here we have an image. The image is of 4 cross 4. Call this as a square image. Okay, this is a 4 cross 4 image, so you can call this as a square image. And we have considered a filter. The filter is of 3 cross 3. The filter should be of a lower dimension when compared to the image. Okay, you need to keep in mind that the dimension of the filter should be less than that of the dimension of image, and usually it would be 3 cross 3 or 5 cross 5 or 9 cross 9. Whenever you consider the filter, it will be 3 cross 3, 5 cross 5 or 9 cross 9. So here we have taken 3 cross 3. So whenever you are performing spatial filtering, what you will be doing is you will be taking the center pixel of the filter and you will be placing this filter over the first pixel. This is your first pixel of the image. You will be placing this first pixel. So what it does is this location will be placed over here. So this is placed here and this would be placed here. So if you consider this, so this would be placed here means this location will be placed here and this would be placed here and this would be placed here. So what we'll be doing is we'll be considering the neighbor pixels of this pixel in one processing operation. Let us consider that you are making use of multiplication and adding as an operation. So when you place this, what happens is, so 2 is being multiplied by 2, so the result is what? 4. 1 is multiplied by 2, so the result is 2. 1 is by 2, the result is minus 2. Minus 1 is multiplied by 2, so it is minus 2. 1 is multiplied by 1, so the result is 1. So we have multiplied the filter pixels with the image wherever the filter is covering a particular area of the image. So after multiplying, you get this as the result. Now what we need to do is we need to add the which you have got, 4 plus 2 plus minus 2 plus 1. So the result is 5. Since you are processing the first location, that is this location, you need to store the result in this location. So the result is 5. Now we have processed the first element of the image by considering the neighboring pixels and you have got the output as 5. Clear with this? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, what you need to do is you need to process the second pixel. So what you will be doing? You will be placing the center element over this location. Okay. So previously you have placed the center location over this location. When you do that, these values of filter, okay, this is remaining outside the image. You are not taking this into consideration. Okay, whatever the values which is present or which is covering the image should be taken. Since it is remaining outside the image, we are not considering this. When you try to process this location, what happens is these two pixels get inside the image. If you look over here, so earlier minus 1 earlier -1 and -1 was present here. Now it has moved to right onto the image. Now when you place this over here, what happens is so when you place this 2 over this location, what happens is -1 into 2, that would be -2. Next 2 into 2, that would be 4. Next is 1 into 2, that would be 2. Next -1 into 2 would be -2. Next -1 into 1 would be -1, and 1 into 3 would be 3. So this is the result. After getting the result, you just need to add up all these elements, and the answer is 4. -2 plus 4 plus 2 plus -2 plus -1 plus 3. That yields answer 4. So whatever the result which you get should be stored at this location. So storing 4 at this processing using spatial. Okay. Next, what you will be doing, you will be placing this over this location, and when you do that, you will be getting some value over here. Next, you will be placing this at this location, and you will be getting the value over here. Clear with that? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So when you go on processing in the same manner, you will be getting 5, 4, 4, -2. So what you are trying to do is, you are trying to move the filter over the image by 1 pixel. When you land up here, okay, the next location would be this location. Okay, the next location would be this location. Will be going on doing this process until you reach the end of the image. When you reach the end of the image, the entire image would be altered. So when you go on doing this process, so this would be your final So this would be your final output when you process the entire image. So you need to carefully observe that depends upon its neighbors in case of what? Spatial filtering. Whereas in case of intensity transformation, you have used only 1 pixel and not consider the neighboring pixel. Clear with this concept, right? Intensity transformation and spatial filtering. Do you have any doubts? Hello?
No, sir.
Okay. Next will be considering the different forms of intensity transformation function. So within basic intensity transformation function, there are 4 types. So the first one is called as image negatives, log transformation, power law transformation, and piecewise linear transformation. Within the basic intensity transformation. So I'll be looking at this in the next class. Okay, so I'll be ending up the session here.